Alright, folks, I'm back for another video here, and if you remember, not too long ago, I did a tier chart ranking video which ranked a lot of the mainline Mario games, but we're going to do something like that again, but this time, we're going to be ranking all the games in the Paper Mario series here on tier chart. I'm not doing this alone, though. I've got Sean Milligan to rank these with me.
Hello, how you doing?
Alright, so yeah, we're gonna rank all 6 Paper Mario games here, starting from the oldest paper release up to the most recent release. And before we start this, you'll notice that Mario and Luigi Paper Jam is not on here. And although that game technically uses elements from Paper Mario, it's kind of more of a crossover game, so it doesn't exactly fit this tier chart ranking. So, with that said, let's go ahead and begin. Of course, we're going to start off with with the oldest release, the original N64 game, Paper Mario, which released in 2001 in North America.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for the first game of the series, and they usually say the first 2 are the best, and this one is a really good game.
Yes, it is.
Yep. And
I remember many times, that's one of the games that even if you can't quite figure out where you're going, you don't get quite frustrated with it, because there's a lot of catchy tunes to go with it, so it's like,
yeah, and plus, in this day and age, there's walkthroughs to help you out.
Well, I think this is before walkthroughs were becoming a real thing.
Yeah, this game originally came out before walkthroughs became a thing, so if you got stuck during the game, you were tough out of luck, you had to figure that out for yourself. But now, you get to look stuff up on the internet if you're stuck. Isn't that lovely?
Kind of takes some of the fun out of some games, but I can see how sometimes you get so stuck, you're like, yeah, I need help.
Yeah. Or you may not necessarily actually need to use a walkthrough. Like, if you've got someone in the room with you who knows the game inside out, you can always ask them for help.
Yep.
Alright, so I think I am going to rank this all the way up here.
I agree.
Alright, now, next up is the 2004 release for the GameCube, The 1,000-Year Door.
That's actually my favorite.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people say that this game is an absolute masterpiece, and also probably arguably the best game in the entire Paper Mario series, and I would be inclined to agree.
I would too.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, sure, every game has its flaw. I don't think I've ever seen a game that was considered flawless. But even the minor flaws in this one, you can easily overlook them just how grand the whole thing is as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I honestly don't see really too many weak points in this one or the first Paper Mario game. I will say this, though.
The first one, there is, I think, one minor weak point in it.
Which is?
And I will get to that, in a minute.
Well,
in comparison to this one. And basically the weak point is the ending, and that is, usually if a game ends, there's this ending segment, there's the credits roll, you hit a button, and you go back to the main screen, and then you start from, like, wherever. First one does not have that. Does not have that. You're just stuck on the ending segment.
Yeah. That was one of those games.
There's nothing past it.
Yeah, the original game was one of those that just basically froze on the end screen, and the only way to get rid of that was to actually turn the system off. So, anyways, for 1,000-Year Door, I think I'll put that up here. Oh, but I will also point this out. If anyone that has an N64 or GameCube, those Paper Mario games are must-owns for both systems.
Yeah. Or even Wii that can actually attach GameCube games, which is what I have.
Mm-hmm. Alright, now we come to the Nintendo Wii version, which is Super Paper Mario, which released in 2007, I believe. So, an early Wii era game.
Speaking of the Wii.
Anyways, go ahead, sir.
I was saying, speaking of the Wii, we got Paper Mario. Now, this one's interesting in its own right.
Yeah.
Basically. Because you have all these Easter eggs and all these kind of mentions of the old school Paper Mario all over the place. Of, like Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario World. Even there's a lot of references in this game, so that keeps it from being too terrible. But the graphics,
Yeah.
the graphics can be borderline creepy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not exactly on par with the first two Paper Mario games, but it's not terrible either.
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's not. It's nowhere near terrible. Oh God, no, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's different, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, there is a game that's much worse. And we'll get to that after we rank this. Be warned, folks. Be warned. Anyways, I think I'll put this one over here in the B rank.
Yeah, I give it a B myself.
And now this next one.
It's not classic like the first two, but it's not terrible either. It's still playable.
Yeah, and now this next one was a 2012 release on the 3DS. Oh joy! Get comfy, folks, because here it comes. Paper Mario Sticker Star. Yeah. All I'm gonna say about this is that it's easily the worst game in the Paper Mario franchise. Do not play it. It sucks.
Yeah, if you actually have a physical copy of this, Christianize it and burn it with a flamethrower.
Yeah. Nice Pokemon reference. I get what you're going with that. Well, I think there's only one ranking a game like this can get. A big ol' F.
Yeah.
Alright.
If we could put it under the ranking totem pole, we would.
Yeah. Alright, next, we have two games left. The next one is a 2016 release and a late Wii U title, Paper Mario Color Splash. It's a little bit better than Sticker Star, but still not that good of a game. Yeah, because and we're actually saying off air, once Sticker Star came out and everyone that bought a copy and started playing it, they were like, what happened? What did they do to this series?
Yeah, it's like the Paper Mario series landed on the big old bankrupt.
Yeah, so basically that was the game in which the Paper Mario series, as we knew it, pretty much jumped the shark, as you will.
Oh, I love that reference.
Yeah. Anyways, as for Color Splash...
it failed miserably.
Yeah. As for Color Splash, like I said, it's a bit of an improvement, but still not that good of a game. So, it's gonna go here. In the C rank. Granted it is still pretty bad, so I unfortunately cannot justify giving it a higher rank than that.
I'd give it a D personally.
Well, there's no D rank on this chart, but if there was, I would put it on there.
Right.
Now we come to the last game in the... Well, as of right now, it's the last game in the series. And this is actually a recent release. It just came out on the Switch not that long ago. Paper Mario Origami King. And the weird thing about this is that Nintendo dropped the trailer for this out of nowhere, like 2 months before the release.
Yeah. I found that a little unusual too.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, I think they were likely saving that trailer for like an E3 Direct, but unfortunately E3 got canceled this year because of you know what.
Something else we don't speak about on air.
Yeah. But while Origami King, it's it's a significant improvement over both Sticker Star and Color Splash. I mean, granted, it's not like Thousand Year Door style or anything, but at least you don't have to. At least it does away with the card and sticker gimmicks. Ugh, those were terrible.
Mm,
Yeah, you can actually buy your items normally in this game. The way that you're supposed, the way that the game was intended to have you do in the first place, just like in the first two games.
well, technically, first three.
Yeah,
You could buy your items still on that one too.
yeah. But yeah,
So the only thing that was kind of annoying though is you kind of had to buy it kind of one by one. Like you had to keep entering and exiting. Like
yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
that's
that's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't really like about buying items in this game. You have to buy them one at a time, but there's a few exceptions. Like they'll be like sometimes they'll have a pack of like a basket that's got like a 3 or 6 pack of mushrooms, and you can get. But that's the only instance where you can get more than one at once. For the other
Yeah.
items, you have to get one at a time, which I think is stupid. Cause
And
like
time consuming.
yeah, cause think about it. Cause I don't know why they do it like that. When in the Pokemon games, they let you buy more than one of any one item at a time.
Yeah, considering you have the money.
Exactly.
Like for example, like prime perfect example because this is something I do all the time. Full heal. I want 10 of them. 6,000. Done.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, but like you just said, you gotta have a lot of money in your funds to be able to buy multiple items at once.
But still, it comes in handy and it saves a lot of time.
That's true. Like particularly when you're like late into the game, I'll aim 20 hyper potions for the win. Anyways.
I can't count the number of times I've actually done that.
Anyways, as for Origami King, I can't put this at the top, but I am gonna put it beside Thousand Year Door. Yeah. I mean, grant the other thing that kind of the one weak spot though I have for this particular game is the way you have to solve. I have to solve ring puzzles like when fighting enemies. I mean, it's easy like in the beginning areas of the game, and as you progress further and further, it gets a little more difficult. But there is an item for that, i.e., the puzzle solver.
Hmm.
So yeah. So.
Yep.
And that's our ranking for Origami King, which, by the way, I will be LPing on my channel very soon. So do be on the lookout for that.
Oh yes. Definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah. And it'll actually be the first time that I ever LP any type of Paper Mario game on my
I
channel.
thought you LP'd the other one.
The N64 one? No. I played through that one off screen.
Ah.
Yeah. But anyways, that is going to do it for this ranking video, and we'll see you soon.